Hi everyone, I wanted to do a quick video about sharing your accomplishments and sharing what you're proud of. So most of us grew up with this idea that being humble is a way to get other people to like you, essentially. So being humble means kind of downplaying your accomplishments, not being fully authentic about your excitement, not allowing that authenticity to shine through. And although I do agree that there is a time and a place to be sensitive to where other people are at while you're sharing, there's also a time and a place to allow yourself to shine completely, to be your authentic self, to share all of your accomplishments, all of the things that you've made happen in your life. Because the more you share, the more you talk about it, the more you feel that excitement, the more that excitement grows, and the more of you there is present, and the more likely or more probable those events are to continue to occur in your future. So the reason why we often don't share our authentic selves is maybe we've had an experience in the past. I know for me, when I, have shared authentically in the past, other people have said things about it. They've ridiculed me, or they've just showed me through their reactions that they weren't interested in hearing about what I was proud of. And so I kind of shut down, started to realize that whatever I accomplished, I would need to keep to myself. Or that's kind of the mentality that I had about it, right? So I talked about belief trees. Belief trees is basically reframing things that are essentially not true from a spiritual perspective or from higher self perspective, and putting them into a place where we feel that we do resonate with the truth of them. So I had to continue to reframe this quite a bit for myself, to allow myself to feel like I could authentically share publicly with people about the things that I was proud of. And I'm still doing that work to continue to open myself up more and more. So especially after Lionsgate and being in Leo season, it really struck me that as a culture, we are still afraid to shine. And even those of us that are leaders and those of us that are in the spiritual communities, many of us are still downplaying our greatness. And this is not the time to downplay our greatness. It's a time to amplify our greatness so that others can shine too and others can step into their light. So the truth about this is, or that from the higher perspective, is that your source, your inner being, always is proud of you, no matter what you do, no matter if what you do is not something you prefer, or whether it is something that you are super excited that you created. So your inner being is always cheering for you. Source energy is always cheering for you. And in order to find alignment with source energy, to be aligned with a larger part of who you truly are, you would need to find a perspective that matched with source perspective. So I, playing around for myself, a couple of perspectives that I found that really resonated with me, because for me, most of it was about what are other people going to think about me? I'm going to seem arrogant. I'm going to seem over the top. I'm going to seem like I'm so high on myself, versus like I'm just authentically sharing what I'm super proud of. And what I came to is the more I share of myself from an authentic place, the more I can inspire others to be who they truly are. And I started noticing other people sharing and showing their greatness and how inspired I was by that. So I use that as evidence to further support this new reframe. So another thing that is helpful to understand is that if you do share and other people are impacted in a negative way, they're impacted because they're choosing a perspective that's allowing negative emotion to come forth. So in essence, everyone is always 100% responsible for the negative emotion they feel because of the perspectives they are choosing. So if you understand that, then you realize that even if somebody is negatively impacted, that's because of the perspective that they're choosing. Maybe they're thinking, oh, I could never do that, or jealousy or envy could come up, but that's for them to work through, right? And actually them confronting that, if they're able to feel that envy in the moment that they see something that you're posting or that you're sharing or that you're articulating in your own joy and expansion, in that moment they can wake up to the fact that that is a projection onto you, and that it'd be much better for them to be your cheerleader and to support you, because whatever you appreciate appreciates. So if you're appreciating things in others that seem amazing, then of course those things are going to come to you, because it's just like as if it happened to you. You're feeling the same level of appreciation, the same level of love as if it had happened in your sphere and your experience. And your body doesn't really know the difference between what's happening to you and what's happening to others in those moments. So you're programming your body for your own future success just by tuning into what you maybe previously were envious of, by tuning into what is the vibrational field that that person is feeling right now, and feeling into that and expanding on that. I'm so appreciative that they're having such an amazing experience. I honor that. I lift that up. I'm so glad for them. This must be so amazing in all these ways for them in their life. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys soon.